Oh, hello there. Welcome to Forge Lore. We make maps for Dungeons and Dragons. How's it going, folks? I see OG. I see you, Viv. And I see Crimson. How's it going, friends? How we doing? How was our weekend? It better have been fucking awesome. Or else. Nah, I don't know what I'll do. But, oh, and masked, of course. The applause, jeez. Duh, of course. Welcome in, masked. You also got firsties. Emmy! How we doing today, folks? Oh, yes, I see you, Crimson. In fact, guys, we might have a special episode today. Crimson, did you want to join, by chance? We might do some TaleSpire school today. I had a decent weekend. Doing pretty good. Slow day at work, so that was nice. Getting some stuff done over the weekend. Super great. Also got some, about to eat supper, but soon. You let me know. In fact, whenever you're ready, dude, you should now see in our Discord, you should now see Game Time VC. Just jump in there whenever you're ready. Be sure to click the watch stream in there, otherwise you won't even be able to hear me. But yeah. Sounds like Crimson might be joining us later for a little TaleSpire lesson, eh? But until then, folks, we're gonna work on some Hulðaheim. Let me just... It's fine. Calm down. This FBI, I tell you. Was playing some New Vegas? Fuck yeah, dude. I've been getting... I chilled all day Saturday and spent almost the entire day playing Fallout 76. It was nice. It was super chill. It was a really long week, like, just busy. And, it really helped. I just chilled all fucking day playing 76. It was nice. It was nice. But today, folks, let's get some TaleSpire. Wait for it. There it is. Yeah. Woo. So, until then today, folks, working more on Hulðaheim, because, oh shit, our party is probably headed there real soon. I should probably fucking finish this city. This map isn't necessary for, like, them first arriving at Hulðaheim. It's actually intended for later down the road. However, thought it'd be nice if they could see Hulðaheim, you know, when they get there. I might play some Zelda tonight. Been working your tail off this week. You have. Emmy has been working hard over the weekend. She also got some sick news, that we probably can't talk about. I'm sure we can't. I don't know. But, big things coming soon. For Emmy. Yeah, not yet. Figured as much. Uh-oh! I see you, OG. I see you. And I see you. I want you to know that. You'll announce it when you can. Nope, I'm gonna steal that from you. Things you definitely might not know about. Yeah, probably not. Folks. Now, if you're new here, which none of you are, but if you were, something you should know is TaleSpire, of course, a lovely map program. I have a favorite asset in TaleSpire. And it is this block of cheese, because, I mean, would you just look at it? I love cheese. Who doesn't love cheese? Don't at me. But, Indy! Come in, friend! Thanks for the sub. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. We are down to 27 sub points. Now the new month has started, so just saying, y'all, you know, maybe if we get to 45, something cool will happen. Who knows? But yes, I love this cheese, and I hide it in every map that I make. Sometimes where it should be on a table or something, but sometimes not. Now this map already has some cheese, right? Like in the barracks, there's some cheese. Some over here too. I think there's some up here, or in here somewhere. Oh yeah, there's some. I believe that's fish cheese. But OG isn't satisfied with that. Our beloved OG doesn't think that's enough. OG seems to think that this map needs more cheese! So, let's add some cheese. Fishy! What's going on, brother? How you doing, friend? How you on up? So, more cheese, you say? Okay. I hear ya. And I kind of gotta agree. So the question is, where do we put our cheese? We got more cheese down here. This cheese vendor, does it need more cheese, or should we put it elsewhere? I think we should put it elsewhere. Do any of the other stands need some cheese? Let's see, we got our mushrooms and potions. We got our fish stalls. I think I've done this since the last time I built on stream. We got our hey. Did Cyber make his way into Hulðaheim? Low-key, yes. This is Cyber's cart. We also have our little mini tavern and our wood stall. But where should we put some cheese, do we think? I'm thinking, Got our silk vendor, our weapons smith, our just general goods, mini tavern. Did she retire and run a tavern? Maybe. So OG, where do you think we should put the cheese? Where do you think we should put it? We got our crystal, stand? Or should we put it in one of the windows? Oh, I've got a good idea. Oh, there's this stand here. It actually doesn't have cheese? Holy shit, it doesn't have any cheese. Should we add it to here? I think we should. I think we should put it right in here. In this little basket here. Little picnic basket. It's got some plates and pie, but you know what it's missing? You know what every fucking picnic needs? Otherwise, it's not a picnic. Every picnic needs some motherfucking cheese. And ants. Yes, that too. Thank you.
Cheese for everyone!
Exactly, Mass. Thank you. Everyone gets cheese. So we got this cheese in there now. Now it's gonna be a perfect picnic. You got your bread, your pie, your plates, and your cheese! So, when the group eventually gets here on the show, or if you ever download this, because this is gonna be on Tales Tavern, where I post all my maps, you can load this in, or see them walk by, and you're gonna look in here, and you're gonna see that cheese. In OG, you're gonna look at that cheese, and you're gonna think, that's my motherfucking cheese. That's my cheese. That's ain't yo cheese. Nacho cheese. It's my cheese. How have I not made that joke yet? Nacho cheese, it's mine. Anyway, thank you, OG. You're right. This map needed more cheese. It was very cheese deficient, and I wholeheartedly agree. It is so much better now. Thank you. Thank you for improving my map. Where's your cat? I don't know. Oh, you found it. Good. Sorry, let me check on some here. Make sure everything's kosher over here. Oh yeah, tonight's the finale of The Wild Beyond. Love, Death, and Dice, baby. Stop making cheesy jokes? No. They're too good to stop. Sorry, Viv. Go ahead and give me disadvantage next time. It's warranted. So, like I said, I have done some work. I've filled out... I think this front bit is done. I think this bit is done right here. In between the walls. I'm happy with it. We got our trebuchets. We got our security. Our stalls and everything. I added some banners. And I kind of redid the backing here. Added some stairs, but we need to work here. Oh, hydrate. Thank you, Mass. Thank you. I was feeling a bit parched. Much better. Thank you, friend. 3.25 runs away from ACR intervention. Ooh. So, we gotta decide what's gonna be in this more secure part. I was thinking about this last time I was working on this map. And I feel like there would be warehouses. That's where they would keep all their stored, like their stores, like storage rather. I feel like the richer people, like maybe medium income, would be the ones living here. And all the stores and stuff would be in the outer walls, like the shops. So that when they do a lockdown to the second gate, they've got just their necessities, no wasted space, you know? I've been trying to build this with security in the forefront of my mind, and I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Just like warehouses and richer people, because the really rich people live inside the stronghold. I will use it to make your job difficult instead of messing with the party. Yeah, well, bring it on, girl. I, for one, welcome the chaos. Alright, so... how should we do? I think it'll be very dense. Rather mess with the party. Yeah, vibes. It'll probably be dense buildings. So, might have just, like, one road going in between or something. Wouldn't want anything too tall, because that is another route of ingress. So it's all gonna be like maybe 2-story buildings, I think. 1.5 and 2-story buildings. I always hate this. Where do I begin? I think I'm just going to start here in the corner and kind of build along the street. I think maybe one path out to the sides, yeah? And a thin one at that. Maybe like right here. Actually, maybe like right here. I think that's where the path's gonna be. Which means there's gonna be almost no grass in this, I think, because all the buildings are gonna be pretty tight. And I kind of want them a bit labyrinthine. Okay, well, let's get building, shall we? Don't know where to start, so I'll just fucking start. Let's do some mega dungeon. Okay. And actually, I'm going to fix the lights. It's very south, so the sun is very low, but I need this for building. Let's do that. That's better. Much better. Okay. So, stone foundation, Tudor top tends to be the kind of style that I see in, like, reference images. Or all stone. So let's just grab the pieces we want to play with. Might do some diagonals. Let's grab that. Okay. I'm gonna bring it right up to the fucking road. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take all this center. This is about, kind of optimizing tiles that you can't see right now. TaleSpire still renders them, and this is a big map, so I want to optimize it as much as possible, which is why I didn't fill in the buildings and stuff. Get rid of any tiles you don't need to save space. And GPU cycles, because TaleSpire's still pretty hefty. Although, the last TaleSpire developer update stream, they mentioned that their next step is squashing bugs in optimization. Fuck yes. Give me that optimization. I would love to run TaleSpire locally when we record. Probably still won't. But right now I remote into another machine running it because fuck that noise. I'll put a take two. I'm gonna put a diagonal here. Yeah. Do it here too. Oh, my OCD's acting up. Stop it. Okay. We'll do one of these guys. Actually, I can probably just do this. Food time's done. Oh, sick, bro. Yeah, jumping game time. Click watch stream on there so you can hear me. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our good friend of the show, friend of just about every actual play that we're a friend of, the lovely Crimson Rockstar. How's it going, man?
Well, how we doing?
Doing good. How are you doing? How are you doing?
I got food in my belly. So there's
amazing,
that upside.
Amazing. Same. Love it.
Yeah.
So Crimson and I were talking earlier during his stream and after his stream that he's mentioned this before, along with a couple other fellow streamers of Steve, please teach me TaleSpire. So I thought maybe if he could join us today, we could do a bit tips and tricks. DM Steve's tips and tricks for TaleSpire. So I guess my first question is, what experience do you have with TaleSpire so far?
Absolute minimum.
Yeah, just getting in and fucking around with it?
I open it and then it's a lot to try to process for my brain. So
It is a lot. I mean, okay, so first thing is the controls end up becoming second nature to me, at least. In fact, they kind of complicated Baldur's Gate a little because they're very close to Baldur's Gate controls, but not quite. WASD actually moves the camera around, and you can hold Control and W and S to go up and down, or you can right-click and drag, including holding Control and drag up and down the camera. Middle button rotates and stuff. Scroll wheel zooms in and out and stuff, and of course left-click is grabbing shit. So kind of the beginner's kind of course of TaleSpire. Did you have any specific questions, or just generally how the fuck do I TaleSpire?
Well, I was kind of looking at it, and I was like, okay, I would imagine building out a landscape to like kind of give yourself a canvas to play on.
Exactly.
Would be a smart way to do it.
Yeah, I usually start
sure
with the
where that
ground
starts off.
and kind of build up from there. Now, obviously you have experience with Lego. I grew up, like, the only toys I got were Lego, because I could make whatever toy I wanted with Lego. So, if you're good with Lego, this stuff it'll snap. Like, it'll just lock into place in your brain and be like, oh, I understand this. Because the number one thing with TaleSpire to learn is the assets. There's quite a few like assets you can use, like tiles and props and stuff. But it's still somewhat limited, right? Like, yeah, there's all this food, but it's not everything. There's like boxes and stuff, but only certain kinds. There's furniture, but you know, it's pretty limited. The trick, the absolute number one trick to TaleSpire is kit bashing, basically. It's they call it, you know, clipping one item into another to make a new item. Right. A good example actually is right here. This stand, you see this table's got a front to it. Well, that's not really an asset in there. What this actually is it's this leather-covered table, and then an overturned wooden table as the front. But I kind of slide it in there, and it looks like a fronting, like a kick plate for the table itself. Same with this. So there's this sign, right? And this sign is on a post. But I want the sign on the existing post. You know, that post doesn't match the post I have. So I just moved it in there and hid the post that it has. And now it looks like it's nailed to this post. That's the kind of stuff where you just combine things to make new things. Another example is the Mega Dungeon. This is the window tile for the Mega Dungeon. But there's no, like, cross-bracing or slats or whatever for that window. So what I do is I grab a portcullis and I stuff it in there, and now it looks like a framed window. I kind of do a similar things for these smaller windows up here. You know, it's just like a little hole. Well, I grab this gate, this iron gate, and I stick it in there, and suddenly it's a barred window. Just getting your mind into combining things and using things in ways that they weren't really intended. Like this chimney right here, I wanted a really big chimney. These are actually wall pieces. There are chimney pieces, like this one. But I wanted it bigger, so I just put 4 walls together and bada bing, chimney. The other main thing to remember about TaleSpire is you won't be able to make exactly what you want. Narrator, what's going on, friend? Welcome in. How's it going? So you won't be able to make the exact fucking map because, you know, that would require infinite items, infinite assets. So I always tell people to remember that TaleSpire is meant to be representative. You can make it look real pretty and stuff like this, like put designs on the houses and decorations and stuff. Or you can just come over here and be like, yeah, boop, 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 boop. Well, whatever. Alright, so you guys walk into this room, like, you know, it'll just be as representative as you want it to be. But you'll kind of drive yourself insane trying to get exactly what you want. So a lot of times it's like, yeah, you know, what you see is this, but what's actually there is this. Like, carts. There's no good carts in TaleSpire, so I made this monstrosity. Does the cart that's sitting there actually look like that? No, but you look at that and you know it's a fucking cart. It's the good enough mentality that I use on TaleSpire. It's close enough. You get it. But yeah. So, let's see, kind of going to basics and stuff. It's all about combining and melding things into others. Like these right here, these banners. These are actually just wall hanging, like tapestries that I combined into one big one and stuff like that. And say I wanted to use that elsewhere, like over here, I can actually, if in build mode, which is like normally B, I remapped it, but in build mode, you can press X to get the selection box, or sorry, hold X to get the selection box, or click this button up here. And you start making the X axis, and then once you let up on the mouse, it'll do the Y axis of selection. And you can see as it selects more things, they kind of raise up, like boop, 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 boop. And then click again to finish the selection. I can now copy that. And look, it's the big thing I made out of a bunch of little things. And I can place that wherever the fuck I want. Like right here, wherever. To raise things up and down, you also hold control. Also, kind of clutch tip that you will use literally all the time is if you're like holding on to something, if you're just moving it around the map, it'll automatically raise and lower to be on top of whatever you're, you know, above. So if I move it up here, it'll go up the wall. If you hold control, you can move it up and down. But once you let go of control, it'll stay on that plane. You'll see this kind of plane here, this gridded plane. It'll stay on that plane. So, and then I can hold control, make sure it's the right height, and then I can, like, say, click it here. It stays on the plane. It's locked to plane right now. So I can click all these, and I know they'll be on the exact same plane. Another way of doing that is when you grab something, hold shift. Shift will lock the plane. You can also just... Shift is toggleable. You can just, like, tap it, and it will stay on that plane. And then if you tap shift again, it'll unlock it. So that's how I always make sure that, you know, torches are the same height along a wall, is I'll place one, and then, like, hit shift so that it locks the plane, and then I can make as many torches on that level as I want. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions? I mean, those are the, like, real basics and stuff. As far as, like, how to move and manipulate things. Oh, one more thing is Alt rotates. So if I grab an item and I hold Alt, I can move the mouse and it will rotate it.
Oh, I was kinda wondering.
Yeah. Or if you're holding the, mouse button down, to, like grabbing something and holding it, you can click the scroll wheel and it'll rotate 90 degrees. Clockwise. Speaking of which, actually there is another basic thing that is a lot of people kind of take a while to understand, which is TaleSpire has really 3 asset types. What up, Sam? How's it going, man? 3 asset types. There are tiles, there are props, and there are minis.
Right.
Minis, obviously, like your minifigs and stuff, which, of course, you can import from Hero Forge. Minis and stuff. Tiles are just that. They're these, like, floor tiles, wall tiles, ceiling tiles. Of the different kinds of, places. Props, however... Oh, okay, so the thing with tiles is they snap to the grid. Like, I can't set a tile, like, halfway between grid lines. It snaps to a grid. Like your normal grid paper map. Same with walls. Walls snap to half grid, which can sometimes make things complicated down the line as far as copy paste. There's some bugs in there, but anyway. So those, and they can only rotate 90 degrees. You can't put tiles at 45. They are starting to make 45-degree walls like this, but they are actually separate assets. They still can only rotate 90 degrees. So the diagonal walls can only be diagonal. However, props, which are the items under the hammer menu to the left, tiles are the castle, hammer is props. Props are, they also, tiles also, like, snap to the grid vertically as well. Like, they can only go, like, very, it's only so high and low, like, they snap that vertically. Props do not snap to anything, unless you want them to. So if I grab, like, a table here, and I rotate it, you can see there's, like, 8 degrees or something of, rotation. So many more rotation options. Same with moving horizontally. I can literally place this anywhere. In between, or, right next to each other. And then the same with vertical. Apparently, they do snap, but they snap to 1/100th of a tile. So it's very finite. I mean, you usually won't run into problems as far as, like, getting things exactly the height you want them to be, for the most part. And then minifigs you can do whatever the fuck you want with, obviously. But yeah, so tiles and props are very different and behave different, and they have different, kind of, rules. So, sometimes I make props using tiles and stuff as well. Like these tent tops are tiles, they snap. But I added some, like, extra poles and stuff, which these are props. These can go anywhere. And stuff like that. So yeah, now do you have any questions, or?
So I'm starting off with landscape. Is there, like, kind of a simple way of, like, generating, like, a kind of a hilly area and then building around that?
Unfortunately, there's no auto generation. There are tools to do that, though. There's an online tool that does uses, like, JavaScript or something to it'll actually randomly generate a heat map of a height plane. Or, sorry, a height map, I guess. And then it will actually export that, because, dude, the coolest fucking thing a TaleSpire is. So check this out. If I grab... Oh, oops. Okay, hang on. If I make a selection and copy a selection, right? I have that on my clipboard now. If let me switch to, yeah, should be good. If I bring up Notepad and I hit paste, look at that, there's a hash. So now if I come in here and I like say select and copy something else, copy that. Now this is currently copied. But say I want that other copy back, I can come to Notepad, I can copy this text, paste. So the clipboard in TaleSpire converts to text, which means you can actually save prefabs and shit. You can, like, if you make something cool and you're like, ooh, I want to use this down the road, or you can make backups of your maps in case you want to fiddle with it, but you're like, oh, but I don't want to lose my progress here, so let me make a backup of it. You can copy the map code to Notepad. I actually have a folder full of text files of all my maps I've created and all my cool little assets and shit.
Oh.
That's how sites like Tales Tavern work. If you've never been to TalesTavern.com, it's basically a site where people can upload maps and like props and shit that they make. Like, you can find everything from castle maps to carts to like vendor stalls to really anything. Houses and shit. And it's literally all just copy paste. For the most part. Tense towers. Yeah, exactly. I got way louder? Did I? Oh shit. I'm sorry, my audio thing's being weird. Anyway, so yeah, the copy paste function to text is super fucking useful. There is a limit, you can only copy so much at a time, but it's pretty big. It's pretty fucking big. Most of my maps fit within a copy paste.
Cool. People make such big maps, apparently.
Dude, do you want to see... Y'all want to see my TaleSpire crash? Because I'm streaming while doing this. You want to see my biggest map? Let's see... Midgard.
As long as the stream doesn't crash, yeah.
Well, I might just get choppy. Because this map... Look at it try to load. Come on, buddy, you can do it! Oh, let me switch to this view. There we go. It's still loading. The walls are coming in. Ugh. Oh, it's almost done.
Like too many assets on Incarnate. Like, oh, it does seem kind of...
Look how choppy I am. So this is the Specky Library, the world's largest library. And it is fully filled out. Like, if we go inside, we have levels upon levels of bookshelves that are filled out. I had to make each of these. Now, mind you, I made about 20 of them and then copy and pasted them. Again, love copy paste. But yeah, each one of these levels has like 4 fucking wings of that. And then we go over to, actually, let's go this way to the Muspelheim wing. There's 3 buildings of the Muspelheim wing.
So I gotta interrupt you for a little second. Go, Aaron, what the hell?
Oh, wow!
Gift a sub.
Thank you. Thank you, friend.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Guys,
what a gem.
We're if you're not following Another World Tabletop, legit. Another World Tabletop! Click that fucking heart, cause what the fuck, man. So, I mean, we're kind of soft announcing, right, Aaron? You seem to not mind that I mentioned it before. But, I might be guesting over on Another World Tabletop soon. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. You clicked that heart, but it said unfollow? Yeah, go ahead and do that. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, let me get off this board before my GPU melts. One thing to know about TaleSpire is it's not very optimized yet. They actually have it where, you know, most games, if, say, you know, that wall in the background, it's behind this wall. Well, even though I can't see it, TaleSpire's still rendering it. It is, so the library itself is it's not that it's a huge map that slows it down. It's the fact that there's a lot inside. All of those bookshelves add up real fucking quick, and it renders them all the time.
Oh,
so,
it's a Minecraft conundrum then.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got Crimson in here. I'm giving a quick crash course in TaleSpire. Yeah, it renders everything constantly, at least the direction that you're facing. I know that much. Which is why I tend to make a lot of maps like this where the houses are pretty much empty. Because even though you can't see it, doesn't mean it's not taking up resources. But
I know the answer
it is
to that
still
one.
early
Yes.
access. Are there any sci-fi futuristic? Absolutely. Oh, friend. Let's take a... Oh, my God. Guys, real quick. I'm sorry. I meant to do this earlier. Do you guys want to see, like, a little... Let's take a look at the Hulðaheim Valkyr dungeon, shall we?
Ooh. Nice toilets. Good
Yes,
job.
that's the bathroom, of course. So this is the dungeon that the crew recently went through and kind of still is in. You can see them down there. Hi, guys. And there's Minnie not being able to see them. Anyway. So yeah, as you can see, there are definitely sci-fi things. For sure. Yes, OG always makes sure that I put bathrooms in every map. But yeah. You guys want to see something cool? You want to see something that our heroes didn't see, I guess.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Oh my God, you know there's different than me.
How's it going, Steve? How's it going, Crimson?
Woo! No, OG didn't tell me the story behind that behavior. I'd love to hear it. Oh, that's okay. OG, they're not. I mean, spoiler alert, they're probably not going back through this dungeon. For reasons. But
For reasons.
so this is the room that I was gonna have them go in. Minnie tried leading you guys in here. The sign outside said control room. And then Minnie went through these big doors back here. You can see there are giant robots in here, but they're in repair bays.
Are these the same ones we fought? Like the
yes,
same kind?
these are the
at
kind
Colburn?
that attack Colburn Estate.
Nice.
Oh, hey, Sam! So, this is obviously like some kind of repair bay for these machines. What I expected to happen was for someone to kind of inspect them.
Which was what I was about to do.
And then I was going to narrate to the others how they watched the robot come alive and instantly smash that person.
Oh.
And then I was going to go back to that person and be like, okay, what did you roll for investigation? Okay, this is what you find. Because, guys, this isn't real. This is another tactic of Minnie trying to scare you guys off.
Illusory.
So, guys, if you want, you might recognize the floor. Do you guys want to see some real complex hide boxes? So, hide boxes in TaleSpire is how you hide things. There's no good fog of war. There's a fog of war in there, it's shite, and they know it. They're trying to figure out the best way to do it. But there is hide boxes, which is just like a selection volume, except you do it in DM mode, which you enter by pressing tab. It puts you in DM mode where you can see hidden stuff, like hidden minis and all sorts of whatever stuff. And you can control like things. But if I bring up this edit hide volumes, you see, oh wow, there's a lot of hide volumes around that. So there was this volume, which was the room, right? Until you guys open the door, and then I turn that on, and it turns on this room with all the robots and stuff. And then, what you guys were going to eventually realize is I come in here, I enable, I unhide, I unhide, I unhide. I actually practiced doing this quickly. And then I was gonna select these guys and hide them. It's a bee flaker!
Look at that!
This is a holodeck room.
So, Steve and I actually talked about this after Wednesday.
There was no door there.
And I was like, I can't remember if it was something that you were just talking about. You were hoping I was going to go in there and investigate. And I was like, I was about to go in there and investigate, but then Minnie showed up. And I was like, well, she obviously wants us to go in there. It's going to be a trap.
Yeah.
So
but it wasn't going to hurt you.
I decided not to. Right, but it's your own fault that we didn't go in there.
So, the whole point was, the plan for Minnie was to try to kill you. To try, like, she wants you to stop. Stop trying to stop her. So she was going to try to kill you. Then she was going to try caving in the hallway on you to kill you. Then she was going to try scaring you off. Stuff like the illusion of the tunnel going, like the entrance tunnel going, like, way far down, like in Vertigo. That was for you to be like, oh, that's a really long way to down there. I don't want to go. She's not good at it, but, you know. So she was trying to scare you off.
She's doing her best.
And then with this illusion, she was gonna, like, she was hoping she'd show the rest of you smashing one of you, and then you guys would run off. Thanks for following, narrator. Welcome to the gang, Skald, friends. I mean, spoilers, if you're interested in checking out our actual place, Skald. It's basically Horizon Zero Dawn with Vikings. Homebrew world, filled with high-tech artifacts from a long-gone civilization and a bunch of medieval Vikings uncovering the mysteries of that civilization. This is one of the facilities from that long-gone civilization that our crew just went through. But yeah, that was a room. There are other things that you guys didn't see, but none of them are super exciting. There's the cafeteria, the showers, the bunks. That's really all. The only other thing you guys
I feel like we really missed out with the shower room.
I know, you could have had sexy time.
Rude.
What?
Like, you got lockers in there and stuff. Super cool. And then the bunks. Who knows what we could have found in there?
Could we have, like,
Numenera, but more Nordic? Yeah, kind of.
Could we have, like, run programs in that beef lager?
Maybe.
Like,
no, it's under her control, and you don't have any. Yeah, that hallway that she was leading you down that collapsed, yeah, you can see there's no hide volumes over here. I didn't build anything else over here. That was the intention the whole time, was for her to cave in. Which, again, these rocks were just hide volumes. So I just hide all the rocks, and then when you guys get there, that's when I just unhide and... Oh no, rocks fall, you all die. Oh my god, this autofocus thing. Stop it. There we go. But anyway, yeah, so that's what you guys missed. Could have taken a nap in the bunk room. True. Could have been your short rest. So yeah.
Could we have taken a short rest in the shower and got all super pruny?
Maybe. I mean, that's up to you.
Oh my god, Sam.
You live your true life, okay?
I mean, none of them have ever seen a shower before, so I feel like at least a couple of us would be like, oh my god, and just like stay there, like.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't play the game anymore.
You'll have to drag one of them out by, by their arms.
Jesus!
No, you've had enough time in here.
Just move in and live with Minnie? Yeah, totally. So,
Oh my
Crimson, do you have
God.
any other questions? Or how do I do
well-
this? Or that?
I was like, I tried to copy a thing over from the website.
Yeah, the Tales Tavern?
Yeah, that one. And I pasted it, and then all of a sudden, my functionality just went kapoof, and I'm like, very.
Oh,
If
no.
it's really big, big copies can really fuck with the camera. I advise you zoom all the way out, like scroll all the way down, and then like raise the camera up, and then kind of move your selection kind of
Right.
out in the distance.
Is there a way to recenter the map?
I think
Is-
F2 goes back to the center. Yes, F2 goes back to the center of the map,
Okay.
like the starting point.
Yeah, because I copied it, I pasted it, and then all of a sudden I couldn't, and now it's.
Yeah. Also,
It done disappeared.
Also, Control Z is your best friend in this game too. Like,
Yeah, I noticed
undo
that.
definitely helps. And escape. Like, say you're moving a mini around. Sometimes with 3D to 2D conversion, you'll be moving a mini or something, and it'll suddenly go way off. Just hit escape,
Yeah.
and it will cancel that movement.
Oh.
Yeah, Tales Tavern has two types of, like, shareables, I guess. There are, slabs and, boards. A slab is just a copy-paste. Something someone
Right.
copied, selected and copied.
Okay.
And that can be a whole map, but it can only be so big. Like, a map this big wouldn't be a slab, it would be a board. But some of
Yeah.
my smaller maps could be a slab. The boards, in slabs you just copy paste. The boards actually use, TaleSpire has its own URL management. It's all cloud-based. All your maps are in the cloud. They cache locally, but everything saves to the cloud. You can't use TaleSpire offline or through most VPNs. But the boards, you copy a URL, and then you can come into the menu here to boards and paste it in here and add, and it'll add that whole board. So bigger maps on Tales Tavern will be boards, and you add them that way, and then you can go in. Like, I've downloaded some for reference. Like, sometimes I'll go in, see how they did certain things, like how they made a merchant stand or something, and kind of not even copy it, but just kind of, oh yeah, it's how I've learned a lot of tricks. And like, oh, if you combine these two items, it makes a really convincing third item. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna keep that in mind. So I like to download boards and slabs and then dissect them and learn about them. Because there are some fucking masters out there. Istalri Astra is... They literally call him the master of clipping. He makes amazing fucking maps. It puts mine to fucking shame, and that is not me being humble or imposter syndrome. Legit, we're talking maps bigger than the Specky library, but 80 times more detailed and realistic. It's so crazy. Like sinking in a big vat so it looks like a little water barrel. Yeah.
No, so I paste this in here, but I don't think I can click on anything to edit it.
Make sure you're in build mode. You'll have this bar at the
Yep.
top,
Yep, definitely in build mode.
and then you should be able to grab and move things. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah, it's as soon as yeah.
If anything, try exiting build mode and go back in.
Oh, if I press escape, it just disappears.
Oh, it might be because maybe you were in DM mode. Anything you place while in DM mode is automatically hidden, or at least, well, I don't know. Not
I
tiles
was like,
though.
I think I'm just strictly in the build mode. I haven't turned
Yeah.
into other modes.
If you don't
so-
have this bar down here, the DM bar, then
Yeah.
that's regular mode. I don't know why it would. Why it would do that? That's weird.
Dang. I'm gonna like drop a landscape and then move that. Okay, now I can clear cut some of this asset and start building.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you
What's
share
it?
your screen, I'd figure it out. But there's no reason you shouldn't be able to paste something in and then fuck with it.
let me see. Let's see here. Share screen. Maybe Discord will be nice and let it actually not.
Well, I had you turn off hardware acceleration, so maybe that'll help.
Let's go that way.
There
Okay.
we go. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
I'm
got that. Oh,
pasting
you're
this.
you're not pasted yet.
Oh, how do I?
So you
fix
actually
it
just
then?
click to place it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so now right click to get rid of it. Like if you're holding something, right click will get rid of it.
Oh.
Now you can actually, yeah, you just weren't you just hadn't pasted it yet.
Ah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I have no idea where I grabbed that tree from.
You can always
We'll pick
control
up.
Z.
Yeah, it's not a bad map.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. But yeah. Let's keep going on this. Yeah, if you have any questions, you let me know.
Okay.
With another piece of basic advice I give is advice that my lovely artist wife Emmy gave me, which is good advice for any artist. Use references. So when I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this, castle city, I looked up pictures of castle cities. And I'm like,
Okay.
oh, so most of them do like a stone base and then Tudor wall kind of clay, tops as upper stories. And sometimes they pop out, they jut out, sometimes they don't. So I just use that. References for like waterfalls, I've used that for, even forests and shit.
If I place water, is that gonna like follow the natural landscape or? Is that gonna
No,
be, like,
the
very much like
water
tiles?
tiles are tiles. They are just
Okay,
tiles.
so-
You do also
You
have
can-
a water level though. Other than the tiles, they're on this slider on the right, this blue thing that's got the two waves. This is your water
Oh.
level. Now it is global. So as you can see, I can basically flood this place.
Oh, that'd be a fun adventure.
Yeah. This is how people make, like if I wanted this to be a moat, I could just raise the water level, and now it's a moat.
That's a scary map.
Yeah. It's also good for, like docks and beaches and stuff. That's a global water level. For the entire map. And then the tiles, because the water tiles are actually relatively new. Again, this is early access. There's a hole to the void next to that building. Yeah, I'm still building here. But yeah, I took away that tile to remind myself that's where I wanted to put the road. Yeah, the water tiles are actually really new. And can be a bit janky, and they just have the two sizes as well. They don't have anything like curved or anything. That's another thing, is think voxel in a lot of this. Like, obviously your landscape is not going to be smooth. It's going to be blocky. Oh well. That's just how it be. I mean, this is supposed to be grid
Right.
maps, so it only makes sense that it's blocky. There are few slopes in this. Extremely few. Like, one or two. Yeah.
And that's why I went and like, oh, you mentioned this thing where it's like I can just go borrow a landscape.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's also that, if you Google, TaleSpire land, or terrain generator, TaleSpire terrain generator, there's a cool online tool that can randomly, like with a couple inputs and choices, it'll do a random, generated kind of height map, and then you can export that into TaleSpire. If you want to get really fucking crazy with it, which is something that I've tried looking into, but I haven't had the time, it's going to take real learning. Someone in the community actually made a plugin for Houdini, which is a program used by VFX artists for simulations, like water and fire and smoke sims, as well as randomly generating terrain. He took that and made a TaleSpire plugin for it. So you can basically sculpt a terrain or randomly generate it, and it will build it with TaleSpire assets. And it can build it with literally any TaleSpire assets. That's why everyone keeps joking that I'll make a map entirely of cheese. With Houdini, that's very easy.
I can't even wrap my head around that. Well,
It's fucking complex. Yeah, I wouldn't advise, but there, just know down the road there are so many fucking tools. Yeah, cheese mode. The community in this. I also highly recommend joining the TaleSpire official Discord. You can just find that from their website. It's sick. It is like everyone from the community's in there, and they're super helpful. And the devs are in there. They're always responding. They've got community managers in there and stuff, helping people out. Then you also got people kind of sharing tips and tricks and shit. Oh my god, is that a Tyler? Ladies and gentlemen, you know Miss Gunny from Varge Law. It's Tyler. Still opening his OBS,
all
I
sorts of
assume.
people hanging out with you today.
Hey, it's a party, man. Just chilling.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. How's it going, Tyler?
Didn't do it, I swear.
I'll be all right.
I bet
How y'all
Sam
doing?
did it.
Sam probably did do it.
I'm doing good, man.
What?
All we're missing is Josh.
I know, right?
Then you really got me guessing all of a sudden. Oh boy.
Right? You're jumping into the deep end, folks.
Deep end.
Yeah.
Only by consent.
And I mean deep. Another thing, another kind of basic thing you can do is atmosphere, which if you go
Call
into
me
the
basic.
atmosphere setting on the left bar here, consensually deep ending. Yes, exactly. It is that kind of show, you're right. But there's this atmosphere setting where you can set all your kind of atmosphere shit. Now that includes,
Ooh.
most people don't realize, TaleSpire comes with fucking music, y'all.
Fucking music.
Fucking,
Whoa.
and I mean fucking.
And I mean fucking. We don't use it because we use Alexander Nakarada. It's much easier to play on the fly and stuff. But it also has a bunch of ambient sounds,
Alright, name
like
dropper.
a farm, a city. Those I'll tend to use. And when you, because you know, like, when you're playing in TaleSpire, ideally all your players also have TaleSpire. It will stream that to them as well. So when you start playing music in TaleSpire, they'll hear it.
Consent first.
There's turtles all of a sudden. But there's also the day cycle. So you can change the kind of sky for space or green slump or whatever. There's the sun placement, which is basically the rotation of the sun, whether it be around the
for a second
day
there,
or
I
the
thought you
night.
can make a map on the sun and then
No, I
hello
mean,
hell.
Theoretically. But no, it just fucks with shadows. And actually, if you get the right angle, by the way, in order to look straight on, you might notice you can only look up so far. To look straight on, zoom in all the way, and that'll let you kind of see up. But fun fact, you can actually like see the sun and shit in TaleSpire.
Really?
Yeah, if you get it low enough.
To your right?
Yeah, I guess it would be this way. There it is. Big ol' sun.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We need
Actually,
more
that's the
fiery death
moon.
orbs.
That's the sun.
You're
Steve,
a
didn't
moon.
you say that there was a top-down view option for TaleSpire once you had your
There is
map,
a tail
complete?
top down. If you do so I think it should. I don't know what the actual key. I might have remapped this, but for me, it's F6 is
Oh.
photo mode. So this is where you can actually take nice screenshots and shit. But if you go to the camera settings in photo mode, over on the right, it has experimental orthographic camera. That is a straight up top down, just like Owlbear. So I know
yeah, that
people.
gives you the experience of your older map styles.
So I know people
Actually, it's
that
really neat.
will actually build a map in TaleSpire, and then use this, take pictures, and throw it in Owlbear Rodeo or
Right.
Roll20.
That makes a lot of sense.
Another thing, I've also seen it where, you know how some people have the smart tables where they put a monitor inside the base of their game table for maps and shit? They'll do that and just run TaleSpire this way. Super fucking cool.
I mean, you lose the coolness of the 3D aspect
Yeah.
of it, but as far as your game master,
Yeah.
if you're trying to look over the whole place, that's a very good option.
For sure. But yeah, this, and then the other setting is the sun placement. So you can have it be in the north, east, west, south, whatever. When I'm building, I tend to just put the sun directly above. You got your fog control, which is general fog line. General fog. Your exposure, which is just like a camera. The how bright things are. I'll tell you, if you're ever using TaleSpire on stream, bump that exposure a little higher than you want it to be, because it'll always be darker on stream. Twitch does not like... high-speed video encoding doesn't like dark spaces. It'll get blocky. And you can even add post effects. I tend to do this sometime for, like, warm. Like, whenever we're in the desert, I'll put a slight warm tint, which just makes everything kind of red and hot looking. You've also got bleach, which just makes things black and white, or just kind of desaturates them. Isolate red, which is really cool. I use this in Sidoric's Ulfhednar ceremony. I did isolate red, so it bleeds out. It's like that Schindler's List effect of bleeding out every color except red.
Oh,
Kind of a cool effect.
Ooh.
There's Frozen, which will make everything blue and cold. And then for all the, like, the Valkyr facilities, I tend to use Enchanted, which is a purple hue. Or kind of a purple haze. There's also green, so if you're, like, in a toxic swamp, you can make everything look kind of green. Or if you're doing the Matrix. So that's cool stuff. And then you do apply to game board. What you can also do then is there's this little button here next to day cycle. It says create GM block for settings. So you might see out here, if I go into DM mode, I got these two things. And if I do this, it creates one of these things. So if I actually look at these and activate, I can right click these in DM mode. You have to be, and then apply. So here's my daytime setting. So this is what it looks like in the city for daytime. But if I activate this one, here's nighttime.
Ooh.
So you can kind of pre-set up the different settings and then just switch to them on the fly. Super useful for streaming. So everything looks exactly how you intend it to. And you just create one of those by setting the atmosphere settings, clicking this create GM block. It'll put you in GM mode. and then you can drop it. You can do save and close, and then that'll automatically just plunk it down there. And if you ever need to change it, you can hit edit and change the settings. I'm like, no, I want like for really foggy days. And then I just apply that. Suddenly it's very foggy. Oh, look at that. The fog cleared. Now it's normal. It's really nice for on the fly shit.
I prefer it at least a little foggy.
Also, when you're, when you've got players in the game and you're changing these settings, they will not apply to the player's views until you do apply to game board.
Oh.
So, say you've got it really dark, because you're like, guys, it's a dark cavern. You can't see shit. So you set it really dark for the players, but you still want to be able to see. You use a block to set it to dark, and then open up this menu, set it to brighter, and then just close it. And now it's just bright for you. Very
kind of like the
fucking
GM
handy.
privilege.
Exactly. God view. But can it run Doom? Yes. Yes, it does run Vulcan. Sneaky fucking GMs.
Sneaky. That's a lot coming from OG of all people.
It really is. It really is.
Calling us sneaky. How dare.
Well, I love having you on. You give OG sass. She bullies me.
Oh, hell yeah. I won't say the other thing, OG. That secret's safe for now. Gotta save some content for my shenanigans.
Oh yeah, you have to. Another
So
general.
if I wanted to select a massive amount of trees that are already on a board, that are in a bunch of different spaces, is there a way to do like a mass select?
Yeah, that's the when you're in build mode, hold X, and your mouse will change to the different icon, and then click and drag to do the horizontal plane,
Right.
and then once you let up on the mouse, drag the mouse to or move the mouse to do vertical plane.
Right.
You see it'll make a box, and then just click once, left click to select. If you need to adjust it, you click on it, and there are these kind of squares on each face that'll let you adjust. And like I said, when you're moving it, you'll see things kind of jump up. That means they're selected.
Right. So if I wanted to target the trees specifically, not the land.
I would like their hitboxes are all over, like for the most part. So you could select you could like hover over one of the tops of trees, start the bounding box, and then not go down very far. And it'll only select things that high. So this if I drag it down just a little, it selects the tree and just the tree top.
So if you start at the top, you could come down to ground level and just stop.
Yeah,
just above
exactly.
ground level
And that's usually what I'll do is like, say if I want this tent but not the ground it's on.
So
I'll start at the top and go
myself
down until I see the tile jump. That means the tile's selected, and then I raise it just a bit till the tile doesn't jump anymore.
Okay.
Select that, and then boom.
I threw myself a challenge by having a board with varying heights on it then.
Yeah, you might have to do it in chunks. Unfortunately, there's no way to piecemeal select. Unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I got most of the board cleared out of trees anyway. We're just slowly deforesting as you're talking.
A kind of trick that I tend to do, though, is say I want this tint, but not the internals. So I can create a box around this, select and copy it. And then usually what I'll do is I'll, like, raise it up into the air and paste it midair. And then I'll go in and I'll choose the things I don't want to copy. And if you left-click, hold, and then tap right-click, it'll delete it. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, that's cool.
Boop.
Right.
So I don't want any of the internals. So now if
Internals are very important, though.
So now I get rid of everything inside, and then just reselect it. expand it out, make sure I select it all. And you can Control X to cut, which is, you know, copy and delete. Whoops, I didn't do that. Way to not do the thing you just talked about doing. Control X.
You got this.
Oops, missed a bit. Oh well. And now I have just the tint. So you can, like, select more than you need, copy it elsewhere, delete the things you don't need, and then recopy.
Being able to drop an asset in midair like that and work around it is be fantastic.
Another hot tip, I build all my maps in the air. If you look at this map, it's up in the air. And that is because if you start building on the ground level, you can't go any lower. It limits yourself. So say you later decide, you know, you're building a house and you're like, you know what? I really want a basement in this house. Oh shit, I built it on the ground level. Fuck. Then you need to copy everything, raise it up. Fun fact, I had to do that with Naglfar, one of my biggest fucking maps. I made it. It was way too big to copy in one chunk. But I needed to move it up. And I'm like, oh fuck. So I actually had to move it up in like 6 different chunks. Because it was too big to copy and paste all at once. Like I said, there's a limit.
Yeah.
So always start in the air. About mid-level or so. You can always raise your map. You cannot lower it. Or like raise the limits of your workspace. You can't lower it.
I've successfully
It was at this moment that he knew
woods.
he fucked up.
That's right, Viv. Oh. The city is a hologram. Shrugs.
Oh my gosh, are there innards on here too? How do I go exploring?
How about this, OG and Viv?
Okay,
What if everything is a hologram?
Everything ever. You're a hologram. So, let's talk about how to work inside something.
Yeah, because there's obviously a little cave here.
This slider on the right, the green slider, that is your cut box, your height cut.
Oh.
So you see, as I lower it, the top of my buildings start going away. Everything above, and you can see the green plane on the map. Everything above that is going to hide. It's still there, but it hides so that you can go inside or under something. Pro tip, something I advise kind of practicing and getting used to and even building around.
They have little fishies in here.
Is if you double right click anywhere or on anything, double right click, it'll not only center the camera on where you double right clicked, it will also hide everything directly above where you double right clicked. Like, whatever height the thing above where you double right click is, it'll move. You see my green bar is now down here. Like it was up here, I double right click in this gate, it moves the bar down here automatically.
So yeah, if
Does
I'm
that
down
work
on
for the
this
player
level,
view?
No, that's only local.
Oh.
So realize when you're building, players can go anywhere they want in your map. That's why you use hide boxes and shit to hide things you don't want them to see yet. You can do hide boxes inside a house. Like I've had it where, you know, I built a house and I filled up the inside and they were supposed to go in, but they weren't supposed to know what was inside yet. So I built the house and built everything inside, and then I put hide boxes in the house. So you could see the outside of the house, but if they opened it up, they couldn't see what was inside until I unhid it. So yeah. Also, if you're moving a minifig around, and this includes players, wherever you move a minifig, it will also automatically cut the box down to what's above that. So if I move them in here, it automatically moves the cut box. If I move them out here, it moves the cut box back to the top. If I move them under here, I can.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful stall.
Now there is a way. Oh, well, thank you. There is a way to stop that from happening. So if I bring them out here, it's at the top. There's a little lock next to the green slider.
Yep.
If you check that, it'll turn green. Now when I move this guy, it will not cut down to him. Because sometimes it can be annoying. You will find sometimes really complicated maps, it can get really annoying, that auto cut. I think that, yes, that also affects the double right click.
Does it also affect the double rainbow?
Yes.
Double complete rainbow.
Now, that double right click trick,
Double rainbow, oh my god.
especially as someone using TaleSpire on an actual play podcast, obviously you need to be, I'm doing about 50 different fucking things at once. Last thing I want to do is be fiddling with TaleSpire too much.
Obviously.
So sometimes on my more complicated maps, I'll actually build it with double right click in mind. So here's a map. It's a really tight map, right? This was the tight alley map. I fucking love this map. It
is so tight.
It was meant to challenge them and be more of a vertical fight than a horizontal one. But boy, is it hard to see anything in this. I mean, I can double right click down here and it'll cut, but sometimes I won't get it quite right and then it'll reset and it won't do what I want it to. Oh, that's too far. Oh, that's not enough. You see this lip around the outside. I actually purposely made that so that, say I'm down here in the kind of nitty-gritty of cut down to the floor level. If I suddenly want to be able to see the roof, rather than coming over here, finding the bar, moving it up, I can just double right click this outer ledge. And now it's all the way reset at the top. Because there's nothing above that ledge. So double right clicking on it resets the cut box to the top. And now I can see the roofs. Just makes it quicker and easier, especially if you're doing 15 other fucking things at once.
So if you're doing a vertical map like this and you knew this is the cut box areas that I wanted, could you have done a tiered ledge thing?
Yeah,
on the outside
exactly.
Got you specific points?
Although, I'll tell you, the easier thing to do is say, I want to cut to, like, right about where this bridge is. The double right click also works on props and tiles. So if I double right click this wall here, it cuts down to it. If I double click the one on the second floor, it cuts down to it. But I can reset. I want maybe just down to here. It cuts down to it. So you can just do it to walls that are at the level you want to cut to, and it will automatically jump to it. Super handy. Also, you might be hearing, TaleSpire is... Actually, you probably don't hear. I usually put that through a different way. But I actually have, like, crickets and shit playing right now. Yeah.
Well, I don't trust crickets.
While you're looking at that slider bar, this other icon to the right, that's like a circle, that is your camera level. So you can just kind of... That's another way of raising and lowering your camera. Those are the little tricks you learn, like, after 1,000 hours of playing this game. I'm in 4 digits, baby! And probably just 1,000 hours building, not even playing. So yeah, say I want inside this tower. There's the little hole here. I can just double right click in here. The top comes off. Or say I want to look at it down here. I can just double right click this wall down here, and now I'm in here.
I'm at 151 hours of TaleSpire time.
Nice.
And that's mostly just playing.
Yeah. I actually have to calculate mine to like add up the hours between my account and the Forge of Lore account, because the TaleSpire that people see on stream is a secondary account, so that you guys don't see my DM view. You like that map? Thank you, Ochi. I like it too. I'm really proud of that one. That's the one that some troll on Tales Tavern went on a rant about how I was limiting my players. I was like, I put in the description, I'm like, make your players think outside the box, make them think vertically, you know, they don't have a wide open space to play, and he's like, that is extremely limiting. You want your players to think outside the box, you give them an open area to play in. And I'm like, okay, come on, dude, calm the fuck down. The admin of Tales Tavern actually ended up just disabling comments on that map because of that guy. I didn't ask for it. I was going to. He just found it and did it because he's like, what the fuck, bro? It was weird. More interesting thing in terms of hopping up and down level. Exactly. You know, most maps, the beauty of TaleSpire is it's 3D. You have horizontal and vertical to work with, you know? You don't get that in Owlbear Rodeo. You don't get that in Roll20. You can make it look, you can do like different maps for the different floors, but you know, if someone's flying, you gotta put like a little fucking number next to them to remember how high up they are. In fucking TaleSpire, you just move up there. So why not utilize that for a very unique map to players, especially if they're not used to TaleSpire? They're gonna be used to horizontal battles. Make them think vertical. Con! How's it going, bud?
I already think vertically. Thank you very much.
Agree, Con. Hard agree. Hard agree, Con. And you know, you can click that link if you don't already own TaleSpire. That'll give us a little cut. A little cut. And get this. Here's the best part. By the way, it is not much. In fact, we got to get to a certain level to get a payout from Nexus. We'll probably never get it because we make maybe, I think, $3 a sale. But here's the thing. That cut is not out of the devs' pockets. It's out of Steam's pockets. So if you ever want to get TaleSpire and stick it to Steam for Valve for never fucking releasing Half-Life 3, maybe buy TaleSpire from us and Steam won't get their cut.
Man, y'all Half-Life
PC,
players
this will be one of my
still mega
purchases.
salty about that.
Dude, building stuff for funsies? Oh my god. My new favorite pastime ever since finding this fucking program is just relaxing, putting on like an actual play podcast or something, and just building. It's my zen place.
Have you played around on other programs like Dungeon Alchemist or anything like that?
The only other one I've used is Incarnate.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only ever done 2D, but you know, we had just started the show. We were about 10 episodes in, and on my YouTube recommended came this little thing about like TaleSpire, the 3D D&D map making program, and I'm like, the fuck you say? Excuse me, bitch? Excuse me? And I checked it out, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because our whole kind of a pious Twitch viewer today. The whole kind of idea of our show, the uniqueness of our show, is our high production value. Please nominate us for the Crit Awards. We have video editing and production experience, and we wanted to utilize that to make a unique show. So when I realized we can make beautiful 3D fucking maps, oh girl, how can you pass that up? It's another way to be, you know, a step above everyone else, although now everyone's going to TaleSpire, but that's okay. The more the merrier.
Time to kick a class and go back to Minecraft. Just build out full-out worlds of Minecraft.
Legit what we were planning to do, we were using Incarnate and Owlbear Rodeo. But what we were going to do is, for boss battles, we were going to do 3D printed terrain. We were working on, we got a family member with a 3D printer, so real cheap. We're doing testing of doing 3D printed and constructed. Emmy was actually constructing, like using like paper and shit, like terrains and shit. We even ordered the Hero Forge STL files and printed them off and painted them. So we were gonna do that, but before the first boss battle, I found TaleSpire, and I'm like, well, that's much cheaper and easier. Let's just do that. And I regret nothing. I love TaleSpire. Switch around so I do notice things sometimes. Let's see. Well, tell you what, folks. Tell you what, folks. I see that our lovely friends, the Grouch Couch, just went live. And I don't know about you, but I want to go watch the season finale, the campaign finale of The Wild Beyond, fucking Love, Death, and Dice. So we're gonna go raid our friends at the Grouch Couch. Because I want to see it. I want to know where the Love, Death, and Dice at. Everyone want to see Love, Death, and Dice? Say yeah!
Yeah, but I hid the dice.
Oh, you son of a bitch. The Grouch Couch. Hell yeah. So we're gonna go raid our friends over there. Guys, if you're not following them already, first of all, what the fuck? Who do you think you are? But,
God, stop being
either
so
way,
aggressive.
maybe give them a follow, because it's fucking
It's
free.
kind of hot. Get more aggressive.
Yeah,
I feel like the aggressiveness is
So-
earned.
it is. It is, because if you're not following the Grouch Couch,
warranted.
you're fucking doing it wrong! Come on, guys.
True.
Get with it. Get
Steve,
with
you're
it.
gonna scare off our lighter-spirited people.
I doubt it.
God.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking about
depends.
unfollowing just because of your behavior.
Depends, Con.
See?
Depends, Con. Have you followed the Grouch Couch? Because if you have already followed the Grouch Couch, then we cool, dog. If not, I'm gonna need you to hit that fucking heart when we get over there. And then I need you to tell Turk how beautiful his hair is. Because it's fucking gorgeous.
Compliment the
Haven't
mustache.
we
The
slopped
Yes, the
it off
mustache.
just
We
recently?
must.
Or
So
how I like
we're
to
gonna
call
do.
it, the Turk stash.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna do a raid message here. Let me raid. We love Turk's stash. And then raid.
We must ask you a question.
So there we go. Let's copy that and let's just bombard him with
Yeah,
stash
OG.
love. Let's give
Oh,
Turk
yeah.
a mustache ride, shall we? Anyway, thank you so much.
with
We'll
consent,
see you guys
with consent.
Wednesday. With consent. We're all going. Here we go. Let's go. Stop and we're out.